it was interesting to see the whole concept of Mennonite Creation Care Network for Mennonite Church USA and Canada kind of emerge out of a loss. And the loss was the former group that existed had disbanded. And I got to thinking that, well, Mary Lee happens to be probably the place where the most people assemble on a daily basis who are working on the environment, environmental issues, environmental education, etc., and have a faith perspective of anywhere in the Mennonite Church across the continent. Now that sounds a little presumptuous, but I think it's probably true as well in terms of being so focused on that. So knowing that there had been a loss of the former organization, I contacted church leadership and said, we realize the loss has happened. We still see it as a need. Can we help somehow? And so as a result, we started meeting to do planning and created what now is Mennonite Creation Care Network to serve those denominations. I know that this would not have happened if the founders of Mary Lee had not seen faith as an important component of who Mary Lee happens to be, or if they had not donated it to Goshen College, which also has a faith underpinning. So knowing that that faith underpinning was there was a springboard for the other connections that started to be formed. And so after doing this planning work and forming a council, then I provided the main leadership for the first 10 years and knew that change was also needed back then. And so you've been leading it since this point, which I'm grateful for that.
I think one of the things that has struck me most about the story about how Mennonite Creation Care Network began and what you were referring to as a loss was the way that it grew out of a question. The question being, what should we do with these old minutes? Does anybody want them? Wasn't that?
That was a big question.
that brought this whole thing up. And as a taker of minutes, it's kind of significant to me that, the minutes were what generated a question, and the question generated this whole new direction for the Creation Care Network.
Yeah.
At this point, we have about 1,100 people on our newsletter list. We have about 70 churches that are connected as churches. And people are aware of us and are looking for ways, I think, to connect their faith with creation.
Right.